Hello students. I just did an entire video and I forgot to turn the video on. That shows you how tired I am. Anyway, I believe it's on now. So where are we? We are on section 5.3, linear programming. And we were looking at number 1. And we've done 1A. You are looking at defining your variables. B, the constraints. C, the graph. D, the 3 corner points. And now we're looking for the objective function. Objective. Let's take a look here. At the end of this sentence it says, how many vehicles of each type should the officers rent in order to minimize the transportation costs? We're looking to minimize the cost, and that is what linear programming is. It's a mathematical process for solving max-min problems, which involve many variables. So we have to minimize costs. So our objective function has to be written about our cost function. If you remember, in this chart, we had a cost line that did not come into our inequalities. The cost was $1,200 for the buses, $150 for the vans, and that had to be minimized. So we didn't even include this in our constraints. This is part E. So 1200x plus 150y will give us our costs. And that's what I've written. I even called it C. You can just look at it as 1200x, so that's 1200 times the number of buses plus $150 times the number of vans. That's going to be our cost function. And this linear programming from this section says that the max and min will occur at the corner points. So we take all 3 of those corner points, evaluate them. So 15, 0, I'm going to put 15 here, 0 here, and I got 18,000. Put 17, 0 in there, I got 20,400. Put 12, 15, and I got 16,650. You can pause this and make sure you get the same answers. And what we do is we look at these values and we see that this is the lowest, this one's the highest, the 20,000, but this one's the lowest, the 16,650. We're trying to minimize our costs. And F, we've done F. It just says, evaluate the objective function at each of the corner points. Done. G, write your solution. Well, what's the question? So it says, how many vehicles of each type should the officers rent in order to minimize the transportation costs? What are the minimal transportation costs? So we're going to come over here. This is minimum. Now, X was defined to be the number of buses, and Y was the number of vans. So we have 12 buses and 15 vans, and this is the cost. So to minimize the transportation costs, the officers should rent 12 buses and 15 vans, period. I put the minimal transportation costs are $16,650. All right, I'm going to come back for problem 2.